Hi, welcome to Pico Playtime, the video series where I play through some cool Pico 8 games to show to you lovely people. Today's game is called Three Eyes. This is it's called Three Eyes. I'm going to call it that. By CarsonK. The last game of CarsonK's that I featured on the channel was Islander, which was a kind of what was described as an idle crafting game. Go and check that out. Really cool game. This is a remake, a demake of a Ludum Dare game. So the original Three Eyes was made by Yukon W for Ludum Dare 38 back in 2017. It was a jam entry, so that's made over 3 days. This is the Pico 8 version of it, and I wanted to highlight it for two reasons. One, it's just popped up on Featured, which is where I found it, and two, it's really cool. So let's get the game running, shall we? Because it has a really nice little tune that plays all the way through the game. Actually, it's got a cool title screen as well. Let's read the description from the Lexaloffle page. So I'm going to call it Three Eyes. It's one of these indie games which has a kind of unpronounceable name, like VVVVVV, whatever that is called. 6 V's, I don't know. I'm going to call it Three Eyes. It's a little Catroidvania. That's the best kind of Metroidvania. A Catroidvania about a one-eyed cat leaving his comfort zone. Explore underground caverns, gain vision of other dimensions, help the inhabitants and expand your horizons. So this is a fairly short, very stylish Metroidvania. Let's get into it. Let's get focus on the window first. There we go. So one of the key things that sets the style of this game is the lovely kind of, what would you call it, like a circle mask kind of area of vision thing. This big circle. And this is our one-eyed cat. So this is quite a dark world that we're exploring, this cave. We can't see all of it, and yeah, we need to explore it, which is what Metroidvanias are all about, isn't it? Exploration. Maybe we should just abandon the term Metroidvania and just start calling them exploration platformers, because that's kind of what it's about. Anyway, I digress. So we are a one-eyed cat. We need to advance through this world. Technical things, let's get those out of the way. The jumping, the movement in this game is really crisp, really nice. It's got a lovely feel to it, quite a different feel. There's quite... your cat falls very quickly. There's quite a lot of gravity in this game. Makes a nice change. Anyway, we have some enemies that we can bounce on. It's not a very combat-focused game, this. These little machines here, meow, are our kind of respawn points. So if and when I run into an enemy, I'm going to respawn there. Nice particle effects. Did you notice those on the enemies? Yeah, all the little touches in this game are really nice. I don't know how well it comes across in the video, but there's a kind of flickering of the kind of circle mask that we're looking at, which just looks really cool. I think the animation of the cat is lovely. I love the animation in this game. All the graphics just look so stylish and cool. Anyway, these platforms here, these become more interesting later on. So we have to explore this cave, and there are characters that we get to talk to. There's quite an interesting little story in this game. Since birth, I wanted to escape the caves by acquiring wealth. I had found a massive jewel and sold its pieces for a fortune. I think I forgot it during the move. It's probably collecting dust down there since. So, we need to find ourselves a jewel. Here is our first power-up. What is it? Got cool animation. Nice. You found an eye. So, we're no longer a one-eyed cat, we're now a two-eyed cat. You notice one of our eyes is a different colour. Now we can press down. This is the cool thing that the game does, and we can change dimensions, or I don't know, see something different. So yeah, we're gonna get kind of platform mechanics in this game, kind of similar to V6 or whatever it is. Kind of similar to that with the kind of flipping mechanic, but also much closer probably to Flip Night, another really cool platform Metroidvania that I featured on the channel a few weeks ago. Go and check that one out as well. So yeah, we've got a kind of dimension swapping mechanic going on. This is cool. We use this all the way through. Oh, more enemies. Oh, we've fallen down. And it's a Metroidvania, everyone. Look, there's a power up there. We can't get to it yet. I wonder what power, I wonder what ability we need to unlock to possibly get up there. It's a Metroidvania. I wonder what that could be. Anyway, let's move on. We've got a little bit of a puzzle here. Oh, there's a bat. Oh, I have problems with those bats sometimes. So, yeah. The jumping and switching what you're doing whilst in the air, that's what kind of reminds me of VVVV. But yeah, it's also very similar to Flip Night. So, we're at a house now, some more characters to talk to. I wish I could give my mummy a flower like mine. All that grows here are weeds. I wonder how much dialogue there is in this. Oh, that's the same. I'm not going to do this in the game, so I want to try and show you all of the game if possible. But one of the nice touches about the game is that if you revisit characters later on in the game, once you've kind of dealt with their quest or whatever they've asked you to do, sometimes they have different things to say, which gives a nice little bit of depth. My daughter and I moved here because our last neighbourhood got infested with dangerous monsters. I didn't want her to get hurt, but this isn't much better. It's just kind of lonely over here. It's quite a downbeat story, this. As you can probably tell by the music as well, that kind of, you know, quiet looping riff that's going on there. Anyway, I've completely forgotten where we need to go now. So I'm going to bumble around. The world map isn't very big. It's not a massive game that we're having to explore here. So, yeah, you might get slightly lost, but it's not all that bad. Sadly, one of the only comments for this game on itch is somebody complaining about how they can't find their way around, which is like, it's not that big a map. Right, so we need to look for a flower, and we also need to find the extra thing that we need. Oh, I forgot to use my ability. Whoops. Yeah, you need to get into the habit of let's pick that up. You need to get into the habit of swapping dimensions like that, otherwise you're gonna get lost. We found ourselves a jewel. I really do like that animation when you pick up items. Really cool. So yeah, the exploration, this is pretty cool. It's not a that was a bit risky. It's not a massive map. We can play through, I'm hoping to play through all of this game in the video. So we need to find our man that wanted a jewel from the beginning. Yeah, it's not a massive game. To be honest, if you're wanting to kind of play without spoilers, you know what? Maybe just stop the video now. I keep telling people, yeah, stop watching my videos. But yeah, if you want this spoiler free, you know, just go and play the game now and then come back and you can be agreeing with me about how good this game is. Really nice Pico 8 game. Anyway, let's talk to this man with the top hat. Oh, you brought me my jewel. Good kitty. I don't have any cat toys, but you can have these papers I had lying around. You got double jump. So somehow papers gives us double jump. Is it becoming a bit of a meme in Metroidvanias to have increasingly kind of like nonsensical power-ups? I don't know how papers make a cat able to jump twice, but you know, I'm not gonna complain, I suppose. Whatever. Anyway, we need to. Oh look, we can get up here now with our new ability. We've got a flower now. I seem to remember that the girl over here wanted a flower, so let's go back there. It's a Metroidvania. You're gonna have some backtracking. Notice how now that I have double jump, it's much easier to get over that little platforming section there. You see how the game opens up as you're playing through it? That's a good Metroidvania right there. So here she is. What's she got to say? Hello, Mr. Kitty. Oh, you brought me a flower. Thank you. Here Here, you can have this weird marble I found. A weird marble? You found an eye. So now we have got 3 eyes. Hey, that's the name of the game. This lets us change dimensions once again. There's this rather sinister looking red dimension. This should let us access some new or some areas that were previously inaccessible. That's how power-ups work in metroidvanias, if you weren't aware. I really shouldn't be explaining this to you, should I? Everyone knows what metroidvania is by now. But yeah, I tell you what, after I've finished playing this game, I think I need to go and check out the original that this is a remake of. It'd be interesting to see how polished, you know, how polished it is, seeing as it was made for Ludum Dare. I don't know if it was kind of added to afterwards, like kind of like a post-jam thing, but you know, short little platformers like this, short little games on Pico 8. Pico 8 is ideally suited to that, and you know, it's just kind of nice sometimes having a, you know, a game that you can just get through fairly quickly. The difficulty, it's not that high. It's more about exploring the world, the kind of, you know, interesting little story snippets and things. You know, this isn't a precision platformer, which is good for me because I'd be dying a lot. I think I haven't actually died yet, so this is unheard of. Anyway, let's see what this guy would like. I used to live next door. Oh, I used to live next to Abigail and Susie, but they moved away when all the monsters arrived. I wanted to give Abigail a present and confess my feelings for her, but I didn't have the guts. You bring it to her. Oh, I can't thank you enough. We've got a present. Nice little touch. When we've got an item that we need to give to a character, it appears in the top left corner there, just to remind you where you're supposed to be going. Like I say, you can't really get that lost in this game. The map isn't that big, but the game is still helping us along. That's a nice touch. Also, I have already mentioned, but can we just appreciate those lovely particle effects? We're playing indie games. You're gonna get particle effects. Anyway, let's do this bit. When I first played this little section, I was getting worried that I was gonna find myself in a kind of VVVVVV style precision platform nightmare. That wasn't the case, fortunately. I think my stress levels would have risen exponentially if that had happened. No, don't worry, the platforming is very merciful in this game. Right, I believe this is either Abigail or Susie. Oh, what's this? A present. From who? Well, thank you. That must have been a difficulty delivery. Take this as payment. What's she going to give us? We got wall jump. Some more papers. Maybe this cat can read, and these pieces of paper contain the secrets of wall jumping. And yeah, that is our final upgrade. Like I say, it's a fairly short game, this, but it's so perfectly formed. Yeah, this vertical area here, this is what we need to ascend to finish our adventure. We could go back and have a chat to the other character down there. Maybe you can do that in your own time. I'm going to climb up though, because this is the end of the game. And do you know what? This might actually be the end of the video as well. A nice short video from me for a change. I've had quite a lot of long videos recently. It's nice to do a short game that I can get all the way through. Anyway, that was 3 Eyes by CarsonK. A lovely remake of the original 3 Eyes, which I've yet to play, which I really need to do that, by Yukon W. Really nice, short, kind of... I mean, yeah, it is like a Metroidvania, isn't it? But it's more... It's got quite an interesting little story in there. It's just like a little snippet of a game, isn't it? Which is, you know, that's what a good game jam game often can be. Just like a little snippet of something. Anyway, it really suits the Pico 8 platform. Just short little casual games that you can play through, you know, in a lunch break, for example. But anyway, I think that game was really cool. I'm really glad it's been featured. It's just got a cool look to it. I always gravitate towards these games that have distinctive kind of visual styles. So that's what kind of drew my attention towards it. But anyway, if you want to play Three Eyes, the Demake by CarsonK. You can click on the link in the description. You can also type it in from what I've got down below me. I don't know why I even bothered putting those on the screen, but anyway. Go on Twitch, you can play the game on there. You can play the game in Explore like I'm doing, or you can also, and I'm going to put the link to this as well, go and check out the original game on itch, and let's see, you know, how does this game transfer into Pico 8? I don't know, it seems like it fits Pico 8 perfectly. All the nice little animation, the animation of the cat was really nice, just the nice little touches, nice platforming as well. This game engine, the platform handling, I'd like to see that into a full platform game because it's got a real nice feel to it, really slick. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. That's my recommendation, by the way. Check this game out. Also, follow the developer on Twitter and check out his games. That he's also, the other games he's made for Pico 8. Besides Islander, there's a whole bunch of different games that Carson's made for Pico 8. Check them out because that's 2 for 2 that I've played of his games. Really quality games. Anyway, I am going to finish. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you again very soon.